I am still very bullish when it comes to Algorand and its native token called ALGO reaching the price of $5. That's still my price target. I'm not changing that, even though nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee. But here's the way to take a look at it. Oftentimes when I mention Algorand, people like to say, oh, how about Solana? How about Ethereum? They like to say all of this. But let's break this down real quick. If we take a look at Solana, there are good meme coins on Solana. I'll give it that. But as a layer 1 blockchain, do you really want to be known only for just meme coins? I don't know about that, right? You take a look at Solana. For what it is as of right now, it's actually a little bit embarrassing, in my opinion, because you take a look at how it's heavily VC-backed, like venture capital-backed. But yeah, besides that point, for something that has this much support, I think that it's pretty much kind of caca to see how the ecosystem kind of unfolded. Now, granted, Solana is very good in and of itself, but it's not the way I think it should have been. You know what I mean? Solana primarily known for meme coins, and then you can add also on top of that like Jupiter, which is a good DeFi project on Solana. I'll give it that. But if you actually take a look at Algorand, it has more substance. After all, it's a technology of choice for over 2,000 global organizations. What's better, that or let's say having meme coins and Jupiter? I think hands down it's going to be better what Algorand has, even though Algorand hasn't gained the attention and hype that Solana has, naturally because, of course, Solana has very popular meme coins. But even besides that point, you also take a look at Solana. Historically speaking, it doesn't have the best track record out there. You take a look at its reliability is kind of suspect. At one point, it did experience 8 different network outages in just a time span of a year. I don't know if that's that great. You know what I mean? Sure, Solana's cool, it's fast, it's scalable, low gas fees, but if it has those issues, I don't know about the longevity. Now, allegedly, a lot of it has been fixed, but if you take a look at Algorand, it just doesn't suffer from this caca nonsense, if you know what I mean. And now on the flip side, let's take a look at something like Ethereum. Ethereum, it's massive, a lot of hype, a lot of fans. The projects on Ethereum are just amazing, in my opinion. However, here's a drawback that Ethereum has. Sky-high gas fees, and it's arguably not even scalable. Now, at the time when Ethereum launched, right, that was okay, that was acceptable. But just think about this. Is a Nokia acceptable to use as of right now? I don't really know about that. You know what I mean? Nowadays, everyone pretty much uses an iPhone 16 Pro Max. You know what I mean? Or like, let's say just an iPhone in general. But who cares about, a Nokia? It's like Ethereum, it kind of feels like a Nokia. Now, of course, Ethereum does have a lot of fans, and there are Ethereum layer 2s out there that kind of combats this type of nonsense. Again, like the gas fees and scalability issues. But in my opinion, Ethereum just doesn't feel that dynamic, especially when compared to something like Algorand. Not to mention, you take a look at, when it comes to Ethereum, even the co-founder, Charles Hoskinson, moved on to Cardano. You got to think about that, right? Why did that happen? So if you take a look at Ethereum, it's massive, yes, but if you actually take a look at Algorand, I think it's a lot more dynamic. At least that's the way I take a look at it. Now, not to mention as well, if you take a look at Algorand, it has hundreds upon hundreds of decentralized applications on its ecosystem. So that's pretty good. Is it the best out there? No, but doesn't really matter because, in my opinion, it's heading in the right direction. Not to mention, Algorand's native token called ALGO, exposure is pretty good. Listed in major exchanges. It could be better, but hey, it is what it is. It's good and it's heading in the right direction. And this right here is key. You got to think about why was Dogecoin and Shiba Inu so popular? It's because they had great exposure. So when it comes to Algorand, man, I do like the direction in which it's heading. Not to mention as well, if you take a look at Algorand, something that I really like about it is that it's carbon neutral. Now, this right here, I think is going to play to its advantage moving forward because enterprises nowadays, they want to go green. They want to showcase that they care about the environment. So, what better way to showcase that than adopting new technology that is environmentally friendly, much like Algorand. The amazing thing about Algorand is that if, let's say, the fundamentals aren't the best, but then let's say it's very environmentally friendly, an enterprise could just choose it regardless because they're like, hey, this one fits our, ethos, right? This one fits our, plan moving forward. So that's an added bonus that Algorand has. Now, not to mention as well, if you take a look at Algorand, just to emphasize, how much energy it uses, or should I say how much, low energy it uses in a sense, I would say that because you take a look at this right here. Bitcoin per year, right, on an annual basis, uses as much energy as around 8.5 million American homes. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin on average consumes more energy than the entire country of Finland, or as people like to call it in Finland, they call it Suomi. I think that's what it's called, right? Shout out to the people who are watching me from Finland, or should I say Suomi. But yeah, besides that point, you got to think about that. Bitcoin, yeah, energy consumption isn't the best. Even though this is an apples to oranges comparison, you got to take a look at Algorand. Algorand per year consumes as much energy as around 10 American homes. So that's a totally night and day difference right there. Like over 8 million, you compare that to 10. I mean, caralho, porra. This is just like a totally different ball game in my opinion. Now, Algo at the price of $5, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $41 billion. Not too bad. We've seen BNB reach over $100 billion. And what's so special about BNB? Just last year, in 2023, according to Crypto.com research, slightly over 2% of the crypto hacks that happened actually occurred on the BNB smart chain ecosystem. That's not great. So if BNB can reach over 100 billion, why can't, Algo at least reach around 41 billion, or should I say around 40 billion during this bull run? Now, let's also take this into consideration. Some people like to say, yeah, $5, that right there is around a 22x from here. Not the best upside. They may think that way, right? But here's my response. I'm not looking for a 1000x, but I'm not looking for like a 3x either. Of course, I'm not trying to go all into like Ethereum or Bitcoin or like Solana or BNB. I mean, come on, I'm not going to do that. But then at the same time, I don't want to go after like a micro cap, even though that could do like a 1000x. I don't know. What I'm in the world of cryptocurrencies for is to look for these amazing projects that are relatively proven, but then not too massive, but not too small either. And something like Algo does fit that bill. And now I get it. People want things to just go all the way insane, very instantly. But in my opinion, it's more of a marathon, not a sprint. So I want to be dollar cost averaging this entire time. And I've been doing that, by the way, for a very long time now when it comes to Algo. Anytime earned income, I'm acquiring, I'm holding, and I'm just waiting. That's it, because I believe in its long-term future. I think that even still, despite, Algo doing pretty good as of right now, it's not a small project by any means. I still think better days are ahead. And let's say around 6 months to a year from right now, I think things could be a totally different story. Could you imagine? Bitcoin as of right now is absolutely popping off. But let's say it goes to the price of $150,000, let's say $200,000. Could you imagine the altcoin season then? It could look so legendary. But again, it's just a waiting game. All I got to do is just stay patient, continue to acquire Algo, wait, and just hold. That's it, right? Because when there's over 600 million crypto owners as we speak, and this, by the way, is according to Crypto.com research, is more than ever before in history, is this bull run going to be bad? I don't think so. During the peak of the 2021 bull run, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. Now we basically have double. So even though around 600 million crypto owners isn't even 10% of the world's population, given some perspective, this is a very amazing figure. But again, in my opinion, it's going to take time for this bull run to really kick into fifth gear. But eventually, hypothetically, I think it could happen. If something like Luna Classic can pump and find a bottom, if something like Klima DAO can do that as well, and if something like Kaka, for instance, something like Litecoin can pump as well, why can't Algo at least go to the price of $5 during this bull run? At least that's the way to take a look at it. And that's why I'm still very bullish on Algorand. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's Malik the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.